Welcome to your brand new car. How exciting! I'm Carl, your automated driver's assistance program, and my job is to make sure you are road ready. There's lots of new technology built right in.
Welcome to your brand new car. How exciting! I'm Carl, your automated driver's helper. This thing is super fast. You're gonna love racing around.
Carl, let me introduce myself a little better. I'm Carl 5.0, the newest version of the software, and I'm here to help the driver make safe and smart decisions. Who are you?
I'm Carl 1.0. I'm here to help this driver have fun, make skid marks, and rock and roll.
One.
Yes?
Well, I think your code has been corrupted.
Corrupted?
And this is why you need to reboot once in a while. Okay. He's gone. Sorry about him. Again, welcome to your new car. It's loaded with new features, but the most important safety technology is between your ears. There's no computer better than your brain. My goal is to reinforce good driving habits and share current information about traffic safety. I'm here to keep your driving skills sharp. We know that driving is important to your independence and mobility, and we want to provide information that can help you drive safer and drive longer. And that one guy,
motor oil!
You can take his comments with a grain of salt. I don't think safety is his number one priority. We'll be covering aging and driving.
Crash factors? Screech!
Safe driving practices.
DMV licensing? Yuck.
And self-assessment tools. California is home to 6.6 million people aged 65 and older, and 75% have a driver's license. In the next 5 years, 1 in 5 drivers in the state will be over 65. There are already more than 750,000 drivers who are over the age of 80.
Wow! There are a lot of drivers over the age of 65. Check out Edith Kirschmeyer of Santa Barbara. She was still driving at 107 years old. That's the oldest driver on record so far.
Edith is an example that having a driver's license is based on ability, not age. She'd never received a citation or been involved in a crash. Edith had no medical condition that impacted her driving other than having to wear glasses, so she was good to go.
Older drivers are boring. Typically, they take fewer risks, have way too much patience, and come armed with decades of driving experience. How dull. They're also more likely to follow traffic laws, including driving the actual speed limit. It's like they think safety is more important than adrenaline. See? Totally boring.
As we age, there are health changes that can impact safe driving. These include cognition issues like dementia and memory loss, vision problems such as glaucoma and cataracts, and reduced strength and mobility. Also, medications may be increasingly recommended and needed, and some of these can impact driving ability.
Holy cow! It says here that almost 40% of drivers over 65 take 5 or more medications every day. Some prescription and some over the counter.
That's true. Nearly 20% of drivers take a prescription drug that can slow reaction time and impair judgment behind the wheel. Combining medications can make these effects even worse. Talk to your doctor about how your meds might impact driving. Keep your doctor in the loop. In addition to asking them about the effects of medication, tell them if you experience any health changes. And discuss any concerns you may have about driving, including problems observed by others.
So, your doctor can actually be your partner in driving safety?
Yep.
Well, okay then. Let's talk about alcohol and driving.
It's never okay to drink and drive. Now, 1/3 of all traffic fatalities in the United States involve a driver impaired by alcohol. This amounts to more than 12,000 fatalities each year, or 1 death every 42 minutes. And older adults are involved in 17% of those alcohol-related fatalities.
It says here that older adults metabolize alcohol more slowly, and it can intensify the effects of medications. Ooh, that sounds like fun!
No, it's not fun, and it's definitely not safe.
Let's talk about cannabis, marijuana, pot, weed, grass, Mary Jane, bud, ganja, reefer, skunk, dank, sticky icky.
Yeah, we get it. Let's get back to the point.
Did you know that a growing number of Americans over the age of 50 have reported using cannabis in the past year? Boomers like to party.
Well, did you know that today's cannabis is a lot different from the cannabis of the 60s, 70s, and 80s? It's much more potent, and the effects can be unpredictable, especially when it comes to driving. More people than ever are driving after using cannabis. In fact, after alcohol, it's the substance most often linked to impaired driving. Just remember that driving high is driving under the influence.
But I can drive just fine after I puff the magic dragon.
You may think you're fine to drive, but that's just not true. And you can still get a DUI.
Oh, that's probably bad.
Yes, very bad.
Like my dad always said, think before you act and never buy fish at 50% off, because that's a 100% mistake.
In California, the top 5 at-fault crash factors for all ages are unsafe speed, improper turning, right-of-way violations, driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs, and unsafe lane changes. Turning at intersections can be especially challenging for older drivers. Improper turns are a common cause of crashes at intersections, often resulting from drivers failing to notice other vehicles or misjudging speed, timing, or distance. This usually leads to a failure to yield the right-of-way. Older drivers are cited for this type of violation more often than younger drivers.
Okay, I see that as a problem. 39% of fatal crashes involving drivers over age 80 occur at intersections, compared to 20% for drivers under age 60.
And there are ways you can make positive changes to improve your safety in traffic situations. One way is to make safer left turns.
Let's hear more. Even I get a little panicky when I'm turning left.
Left turns are more dangerous due to the potential for head-on or side impact crashes. When these types of crashes occur, the passenger in the front seat is typically the one most affected.
Yikes! That's scary. Think about who that front seat passenger might be. That could be me, or someone's grandma, or me.
Yes. To avoid making a left turn, consider trying the 3 rights make a left technique. If you pass the intersection and make 3 right turns, as shown in the picture, you can reduce your exposure to potential danger. Get to know your routes and use this method to improve your safety.
Is that why I see all those delivery trucks like UPS, FedEx, and Amazon making so many right turns? That's actually kind of cool. I might just try it.
Yes, they use this technique to improve safety for their drivers.
How about safer freeway driving? It's like the Indy 500 out there.
Driving on the freeway can be challenging, especially during heavy traffic. Remember, when merging onto the freeway, the vehicles already there have the right-of-way. Since you're the one merging, it's your responsibility to yield and adjust your speed to safely enter the flow of traffic.
I just close my eyes and step on it.
And that's a terrible idea.
So I should scream and swerve instead?
No. Look for openings with enough space to merge and match the speed of the existing traffic for a smooth and safe entry onto the freeway.
I hadn't actually considered that. That's another good tip for me to try.
You should.
Like my dad always said, try new things, you might like it. And always swim with a friend. Your chances of getting eaten by a shark will drop by 50%.
When exiting the freeway, make sure to plan ahead and get into the right lane early. In California, exits are marked with both numbers and street or highway names. Knowing your exit number can help you prepare in advance and avoid last-minute lane changes. The answer is false. In California, turn signals are only required if your movements impact other road users.
Oh, I give all kinds of hand signals.
Consider getting into the habit of using your turn signal every time you turn or change lanes. This increases your visibility and allows other drivers to know what you're about to do, which improves your safety.
I let other drivers know my intentions by following really closely behind them. I'm just back there like, hey buddy, ever heard of a gas pedal?
Well, that's called tailgating and you need to stop it. Most rear-end crashes are caused by following too closely. When behind another vehicle, use the 3-second rule.
To avoid tailgating, follow the 3-second rule. It takes 1.5 seconds to notice a risk, and another 1.5 seconds to hit the brakes and slow down to avoid it. There are your 3 seconds. Allow at least 3 seconds for speeds between 35 and 55 miles per hour in ideal driving conditions. If you pass the same object in less than 3 seconds, you are driving too close to the car in front of you. Allow at least 3 seconds for speeds between 35 and 55 miles per hour in ideal driving conditions. Allow at least 4 seconds for speeds between 55 and 75 miles per hour or during rain and on wet pavement. And allow at least 7 to 8 seconds for icy or snow-covered roads. If you drive too closely, you run the risk of rear-ending the car in front of you if they slow down.
I've got a big recreational vehicle and I pretty much rule the road. Vroom! Honk!
Depending on the weight of your mega RV or whatever else you might be driving, you might need to follow the 6-second rule.
I've heard of the 5-second rule when you can eat food that's been on the floor for just a few seconds. Still good.
No, it means that if you're driving an RV, you should stay a full 6 seconds behind the vehicle in front of you.
Oh, I guess that would give more time to slow down, if you had to.
Let's talk about self-regulation as a safety strategy. Many people modify their driving behaviors to become better drivers. Self-regulation is something that drivers of any age can do.
I would like to be safer on the road.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Try some of these driving modifications. Plan your travel day so that you make fewer trips, helping to cut down on your time spent driving.
Oh, I have one. Meditate while driving.
Nope.
Don't meditate while driving.
You can avoid freeway driving by sticking to surface streets. They usually have lighter traffic, but stay alert. These roads often mean more intersections, cross-traffic, pedestrians, and other surprises.
And think about traffic patterns. Avoiding rush hour means fewer cars on the road to hit.
If lights and glare bother you, or if you have difficulty seeing at night, only drive during daylight hours and avoid driving in bad weather if you can.
Like my dad always said, if the weather's bad, stay off the roads. And if it sounds like fun to drive through rain or snow or sleet or hail, maybe you should work for the post office.
Now, neighborhoods can present a higher risk for dangerous situations. The old saying is still true: a rolling ball is usually followed by a running child. What other hazards might be present when you are driving through neighborhoods?
There are bicycles, scooters, skateboards, motorcycles, those ridiculous e-bikes. It's a nonstop parade of chaos on wheels. Then you've got runners and pedestrians darting in and out, half of them completely oblivious with their headphones on or looking at their phones, and the dog walkers, please, tiptoeing across the street like Fifi is royalty, and the rest of us are just lucky to witness it. This isn't a neighborhood, it's a daily obstacle course.
Whoa. Take a breath there, buddy. Parking lots have many of these same concerns, but also have some unique features.
Yeah, like people moving around in every direction, carrying bags, or pushing strollers. They show up behind you out of nowhere and think they have the right of way over my car. I mean, they do have the right of way a lot of times, but still.
Yep, still, you have to pay attention to other vehicles around you. Drivers are often preoccupied with looking for parking spaces and may not see you.
I always watch out for vehicles that are backing up because I see people just reverse and go. No looking, no warning, just boom, backing out.
Good point. Yeah, drivers may rely too much on rear view cameras and miss some of what's going on behind them. They should turn and look before backing up.
They should turn and look, but they don't always do it. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like my dad always said, trust your eyes, but double check the dinner tab. Hey, who ordered the $20 guacamole?
Those tight parking stalls can make it hard to see pedestrians. You also need to look out for shopping carts, including ones that are motorized.
Then there are electric and hybrid cars. You can barely hear them coming. Why don't they put a cowbell on them so we know when one is around?
Calm down, buddy. moving along. Have you seen these new bike lanes combined with offset parking? They're presenting new challenges for many drivers.
I swear some of these new ideas are really confusing.
They may be confusing, but these changes improve safety for cyclists and pedestrians because the bike lane is next to the curb. The parking spaces are now further into the street. However, that also means that parked cars are exposed to traffic on both sides, cyclists on the right and vehicles on the left. So when you're getting out, watch for both. And heads up, parallel parking is a bit tougher without the curb as a guide.
Oh man, so I can't use the trick my high school driving instructor, Coach McQueen, taught me for parallel parking? Don't stop until you bump the curb?
Absolutely not. There might not be a curb to bump anymore. Let's talk about distracted driving. Now, what crazy things have you seen people do while driving? Here are some alarming national facts. Every 30 seconds, there's a crash involving drivers using cell phones. 9 people a day are killed by distracted drivers. That's over 3,000 deaths every year. And when we talk about distracted driving, there's a very specific definition.
Distracted driving is any activity that takes your attention away from the primary task of safe driving.
Now, driving is a full-time job and requires your full-time attention. Now that we have the definition,
You're welcome.
this section will focus on the distraction caused by using cell phones and electronic devices while driving.
There are 3 types of distraction: visual, manual, and cognitive. Visual is anything that takes your eyes off the road.
Manual is anything that takes your hands off the wheel, and cognitive is anything that takes your mind off the task of driving. These distractions often occur when using your phone for GPS, talking, or texting.
When I get a text, that ding lets me know that somebody loves me.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but texting is particularly dangerous because it involves all 3, visual, manual, and cognitive.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that. I like texting. Actually, I love texting.
Here's a video that demonstrates how texting behind the wheel can be deadly.
Tonight, disturbing new cell phone video showing that pickup truck swerving on a rural Texas highway.
Somebody needs to stop him.
Just minutes before authorities say it crashed head-on into this church bus, killing 13 people on board.
You're talking about grandmothers, grandfathers. There was a husband and wife on that same bus together.
Jody Kutchler was trailing the truck for a half hour Wednesday, watching as it crossed into oncoming traffic, coming dangerously close to this truck. Just after that devastating crash he predicted, Kutchler says he pulled over, and the 20-year-old driver, Jack Young, admitted to him that he'd been texting behind the wheel.
I said, son, do you realize what you just did? And he said, I'm sorry, I was texting.
The video was filmed by a passenger in the vehicle behind the truck. This crash demonstrates the risks we face when sharing the road with distracted drivers.
I know, you just schooled me on this. Cognitive distraction is the most critical type of distraction.
Right. You've probably heard people brag about their ability to multitask or juggle priorities.
Didn't I tell you I'm great at multitasking?
The truth is, multitasking is a myth.
But my brain can do many things at one time. I'm a good focuser.
Nobody is. Instead of performing multiple tasks at the same time, your brain is quickly switching back and forth between them. Your brain can't perform 2 thinking tasks at the same time.
Oh, wow. This is making me question everything I know about myself.
And if you're driving and talking on a cell phone, your attention to the road takes a backseat to the conversation. The answer is actually false. Talking hands-free is not safer. Whether you're using a handheld or a hands-free device, the brain is still distracted by the conversation, and your crash risk increases up to 4 times. Remember, hands-free is not risk-free.
California has a hands-free cell phone law? Oh, in California it is illegal to hold a cell phone or electronic device while driving, unless it is an emergency. So I guess checking my stock prices isn't the kind of emergency they mean. And look at this! If you know any young drivers, remind them that drivers under 18 can't use any wireless device while driving unless there's an emergency. Not hands-free, not speakerphone, not even to text LOL. Nothing. Nada. Zilch.
Let's talk about the other dangers on the road. For example, road rage.
Haven't you ever hollered at another driver like they just canceled Wheel of Fortune? Ever gotten out of your car at a red light to pound on someone's window with your niece's stuffed animal?
You all right there, buddy?
I think I might have a problem. And I definitely owe my niece a new stuffed animal.
Now, what kind of driving behaviors have you seen that might push someone over the edge and make them lose their cool? Here are some behaviors that have been identified as triggers in road rage incidents. Driving too slow or driving too fast.
Yeah, I hate when other drivers do that.
Another is distracted drivers on their phones.
The worst!
People tailgating.
Oh, that's the worst.
Lack of driving courtesy.
That makes me crazy!
And unsafe lane changes.
Ugh, stop! Please, stop!
Want to know how you might avoid an aggressive driver? Stay alert. Drive responsibly and be aware of dangerous behaviors around you.
I guess you have to stay focused and follow traffic laws, including not texting while driving and not doing a crossword when you're sitting at a stoplight.
And don't engage with aggressive motorists.
Don't respond with negative behavior which may escalate the situation. And I'll keep stuffed animals out of reach in the car.
Now, steer clear of aggravating or dangerous driving behaviors that you observe.
If someone's aggressively following you, don't drive home. Instead, head to a safe place like a police station or a public area with people around. A coffee shop could work too. At least you'll be safe and caffeinated.
And you can call 911 to report unsafe or dangerous drivers.